Alright guys, welcome in. This is hanging out with Dave, episode 70 this week. It's a little live show I do here every weekend on the channel. Just kind of do a little bit of a live stream, kind of go through the comments, questions, concerns, whatever. Some weeks I do tech news if there is any. If not, like this week, last week and this week both, want to end up doing some gameplay, just sitting back and relaxing and doing some gameplay and enjoying the weekend a little bit, letting y'all come in and hang out with me. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, throw them over there in chat. I'll be more than happy to answer them for you. We got, there's what, 10 or 11 comments left this week, so I guess that ain't too bad. So we'll be going through them. There's some, for you guys that's been around for a while, you noticed the thumbnail's a little bit different this week. We'll get into that once we get in with the Q&A and let you know how the channel's doing and some changes that's coming up to the channel, and got some information about the next few weeks live shows I'm going to do. There is some information about that coming up. And we'll talk a little bit about the merch that I got going on. Like I said, right now it's exclusive just to the live shows. I don't put it out on videos or nothing. Which will change, but right now I'm just kind of kicking around the idea and seeing if I really want to follow through with it or whatnot. But there's a few disclaimers I throw out every weekend. I feel that they're necessary. Number one, I do drink me a cold alcoholic beverage while I do this. So cheers to y'all. I hope this Saturday evening's finding you well. Number two, I am a truck driver by trade. So you may hear foul language now and then. I try not to, but every once in a while I will cuss. It does slip out. If the language or the drinking bothers you too bad, maybe this ain't the right stream for you. Just throwing it out there, give you a warning up front. I do a lot of overclocking videos on my channel here. I get a lot of questions in my, in the chats and whatnot, or in the comments of these videos of overclocking. Hey, I got these components. What should my voltage be set at? What should my timings be set at for my RAM? What should my megahertz be set at? And even if I had the exact same components that you do, I don't mean they're going to overclock the same. That's the fun enjoyment of overclocking. To piece your components, see what you can get out of them. Just because we have the same processor don't mean they're going to overclock the same. Just because we have the same motherboard don't mean that they're going to allow RAM or CPU to overclock the same. Yours may overclock better than what I get out of mine. Mine may overclock better than yours. Just all depends. It's the luck of the draw. They call it the silicon lottery. Depending on the silicon that was made to make your components, actually depends on how well they're going to overclock. So keep that in mind. I do try to help you guys as much as I can. Questions like that, it's kind of hard to answer, but I try to lead you down the right path, or at least show you how to do it properly. Which I've got quite a few videos on how, if you're wanting to overclock your RAM, there's quite a few videos on that. Overclock your CPU, there's quite a few videos on that on the channel. It's basically the same set, just each motherboard within the BIOS is different settings, and they call it different things depending on the motherboard manufacturer. But I try to help you guys as much as I can with them. And my last and final disclaimer is the name thing. I ain't very good at the English language. So a lot of these YouTube handles, if I butcher your name, especially if you're from a different country or whatnot, I don't always get the pronunciation of your names right. I apologize for that up front. I'm sorry. If I butcher your names too bad. Sometimes it seems to be a little funny with the way I end up saying them. But that's another thing, either you'll be mad at me for a long time or you forgive me, one way or the other, it is what it is. So there is that one. I think I'd pretty well do for the disclaimers, I think. Got the drinking, got the cussing, got the names, got the overclocking, So we'll go ahead and we'll get you guys flipped over here if you can look at my screen here, and we'll start going down these questions and comments and concerns for the past week. Yeah, that's what we'll be doing. Let's see here, flip you over here. There we go. We have 6 days ago on last week's live stream. We got Baba SOP. On last week's live stream, like I said, I need the Overclock Gigabyte X570 RAM, 3200 megahertz. I don't have a Gigabyte 570 motherboard, so I'm not too sure. I want to assume that it's going to be close, somewhat close to the 450 motherboards or the 550. Oh, excuse me, motherboard that I have on the channel, showing you how to overclock them. Like I said, I don't have a Gigabyte 570 motherboard to actually help you out with that. Not too sure on what to tell you on that one. But that should be about the same as the B550 or the B450 motherboards. Maxer 1878's in the house. Evening, Dave. Hope you're good. Off to bed in a bit, so I'll catch you in the morning. All right, buddy. Thank you for stopping in and saying howdy to me. Appreciate that. I hope you enjoy the replay when you get to see it tomorrow, and enjoy your nap or your sweet dreams for the night, buddy. And that's, yeah, the Gigabyte X570 motherboards. I don't have one to show you how to overclock that RAM. I'm assuming it should be close to the B450 or the B550, close to it. You may have to go in there and look at some of the what they called certain stuff, but should be pretty well the same. Most of it is pretty well the same, just the way the motherboards are set up, the way the BIOS is set up, and where to find whatnot. But I want to thank you for watching the video and asking the question. And that goes for everybody that that watches my videos every week. A lot of people watch my videos every week. Even though it may not be a topic that interests you, they want to support me. They like watching my kind of content, and I really appreciate that. All the likes, the shares. I really appreciate it all. The comments. That's what makes this live stream pretty well possible every week. So I want to thank you guys for that. Everybody that's subscribed to the channel, welcome in. If you're new to the subscriber base, you're new to the community, welcome in. I'm glad you found some hopefully you found some helpful information or entertainment information in some of my videos. But I really appreciate all the support. So I used to say it in between each comment, and it gets kind of awful repetitive and makes it take a lot longer than what it should. So now I'll just do it at the beginning, and I'll do it at the end. Once we get done with comments, I'll do it again. Let's see here. Next, we have Ivan Zakarzi, I guess the way you pronounce that. How to dedicate more RAM to the Ryzen integrated graphics. Is this the same process for the B550 DS3H motherboard? I don't have the B550 motherboard anymore. I sold that in the system that I built. Which now with the way computer components is, I'm kicking myself in the ass for selling that one. But it should be about the same, because I know overclocking the RAM on the B550 is about the same as the B450. If you follow them steps, it should get you to where you need to be, I believe. We have Toxic Beetle. How to overclock your RAM on the Gigabyte B450M. So my RAM is rated at 3600 megahertz, and it's not allowing me to clock more than 2666. Can someone help me? Probably not. If you're either manually overclocking it, and you're trying to get it up past that, and it's only by manually overclocking 2666 is the only thing you have that's stable. That's probably going to be about the best you're going to get out of that RAM kit, unfortunately. Apparently you paid for 3000 megahertz RAM, but you only be able to get 2666. What kit was it? I have one kit of RAM that was running at 2666 straight out of the box. I forget which kit it was. But I could actually go in and manually overclock it up to about 2933, which would be, it'd be an alright boost over at 2666 it runs out of the box at. But if you're running the B450 MDS3H motherboard, if you follow the steps that I got in that video, you should be able to get some better speeds out of it than that 2666. Oh, excuse me. We have Max Gamer 06. How to integrate more RAM to the integrated graphics. My PC isn't booting up now. I have no clue what I did wrong. Any ideas? If it ain't booting up, I would definitely reset the CMOS. That one does have a CMOS jump on it. It has two little pins sticking up. You take something metal and connect the two pins, hold for a few seconds, let off them. It'll clear your CMOS. It'll set everything back to the default settings in the CMOS or in the BIOS, which is what you want to do. That will get you back into the system to where you can actually do what you need to do with it. If you're just trying to dedicate more RAM to your graphics, I know there's an option in there also to disable the onboard graphics. You may have hit that instead when trying to put in more RAM for your integrated graphics. That's a possibility. If it won't boot up at all, you probably disabled the onboard graphics, which that's under the same tab as dedicating more RAM to it. That'd be the first place to set. But if you reset that CMOS, it sets everything back to out of the box settings for that BIOS number. So that should fix the problem, at least get you booted back up into it. Then I'd go in and try to dedicate more RAM if you want to, if you need to. But that'll get you booted back up, back in your system properly. But yeah, that'd be my best guess on that one without having a PC handy to actually look at. Let's see here, what else we got? Tim Kikis on the top 5 reasons to hate PC gaming. It's a great video. Well, thank you. What else do we got here? We have Charles Ching Chung, I think. How to overclock your RAM on the Gigabyte B550M DS3H motherboard. Thanks for this. I have exactly this board, and it is a bit different from the BIOS interface than other Gigabyte motherboards. That's a little bit different, but pretty well the same. It's the same but different. Gigabyte motherboards, as much as I like Gigabyte motherboards, some of the way they pronounce stuff and write stuff in the BIOSes seems like a kindergarten wrote it instead of a professor or someone that's got a degree. What else we got here? We have Wyatt Mallor, I guess. How to overclock your RAM on the B550. Thanks for the tutorial. I recently built my PC, so this really helped. Well, I'm glad I could help you overclock that RAM on that motherboard. Next we have Julian Reyes, I guess the way you pronounce that. The Gigabyte B450M DS3H motherboard BIOS. Did I brick my motherboard? If I reset the CMOS, do I need another processor to update the BIOS? I have the Ryzen 5 3400G. Depending on which BIOS you're running, but the 3400G is basically a 2400G. I think it's the BIOS, you usually see them as the same processor. But just by resetting your BIOS, or your CMOS, whatever you want to call it, it just sets it back to factory settings. It still keeps the version of BIOS or CMOS that you have. It's just the fact that it resets it all back to out of the box settings. It'll do, if you XMP profiled your RAM or something like that, it'll cut it back to what it was out of the box, which is usually 2133. But that just doesn't do everything that you've done on that BIOS, and it won't it won't interrupt with the BIOS, or it won't change your BIOS number. It runs the same exact BIOS. It just sets it all back to reset settings, back to stock settings for you. Okay, next we got this one here. Kind of cracked me up. Commander Evander, I guess the way you pronounce that. Comrade Revender. How to overclock your RAM on the Gigabyte B450M DS3H motherboard. Notice, man, do not drink before recording videos. Well, I gotta have coffee to wake up, guy. You know, it's just what it is. 2, do not allow your camera to drink too. You know, my camera needs to wake up too. You know, it needs a shot of coffee every once in a while too. But that video there was whenever I shot that video on overclocking your RAM on the B450, I was awful tired. I was more tired than I was drunk. I don't even think I was drinking when I was doing that, and I was just awful tired. I was working long hours and trying to keep up with the video uploads. And yeah, the video work, I went back and looked at that video several different times. And you're right, this is a video whenever I had the camera shooting straight at the screen. It was a little bit shaky. But you know, when you first start out and you don't have a whole lot of money to put into that channel, you know, you do the best that you can until you get it built up to where you can better yourself. And now whenever I do them kind of videos, I actually plug them into my capture recorder on my PC and capture them that way. I don't have to worry about pointing a camera at the screen. Now if I do anything with my own system, I'll have to point the camera at the screen. But yeah, and as far as me drinking, like I said, I don't think I was drinking that day when I did that video. Just awful tired. That's why my eyes was red and bloodshot. And as far as my way I talk and whatnot, that don't have a whole lot to do with the alcohol. Just the way I am. This next one we're going to have to throw here. I'm going to throw it in Google Translate. It's Kauai Allen, I guess, 3 hours ago. That was on the Cougar MG120. The Cougar MG120G gaming computer build for 2020 and 2021. And I know it says something about water cooling here, but that's about all I understand out of this. I don't know what language this is. But we will find out what he's got to say about us here. It's Portuguese. Did water cooler fit in effortlessly? Did water cooler? I'm sure he meant water cooler. In that one there, I believe it did go in pretty smooth. I don't think I had any problem putting that 240 in that cooler, in that case. I think it went in pretty easily. It went in pretty effortlessly. Kind of surprised me for being that cheap of a case that you could actually water cool it and end up water cooling it and it go right in like that. It's a little bit surprising on me for that price point. But as far as I can remember, it did go in there pretty easy. Alright, let's see what we got here. I think that's going to pretty well wrap it up. We don't have nothing else for reviews. Published. Nothing else published. Alright, that's going to pretty well do it for the comments and questions and all the goodness off the videos for the past week. Like I said, there wasn't a whole lot. There was a few there, but not a whole lot. Flip you all over if you can look at my pretty mug. Everybody likes my pretty mug, right? Not really, but yeah, no, it is what it is. Let's see here. Let's go into our analytics. Last 7 days. I guess not too bad. Looking here at the analytics, we got 13 new subscribers, 13 new community members this week. So welcome in, guys. Welcome in. Glad you decided to join the community here I'm trying to build. I like to see new faces and new people in the community. And for y'all that watch my videos, for the people that left the comments, the likes, the shares, the whole 9 yards on my videos, you know, I really appreciate it. It means a lot to me. You know, I said it when I first started with the comments, you know. You know, it all helps me out. It all helps the channel, you know. Kind of helps spread the word about the channel, you know. But, you know, being a smaller YouTuber, you know, the smallest things mean a lot to me. You know, the likes and the comments, you know, the comments are what makes this show happen every week pretty much. Of course, I'd be live, even if I didn't have no comments, I'd be doing something on the live stream. Even if it is wrong, right? Which I've mentioned it before, you know, I try to keep the show a little bit live, you know, try to keep things mixed up a little bit, you know. This week there wasn't a whole lot in topics. That's why we're going to go ahead and do some more game streaming here in a little bit. I'm kind of really liking that PC Builder Simulator. It's kind of cool. As far as the channel goes, you know, like I said, you know, we got 13 new subscribers this week, which is pretty good. A lot bad for being a small channel like I am. Now, next week's live stream on the 17th, it will be happening at 11 a.m. in the morning. As long as the other yard jockey where I work at still going to work his Saturday. He said he was going to work the 17th so I could have it off. So on the 17th, it'll be 11 a.m. On the 24th, I'm going to be working that day. So it'll be a 5 p.m. live stream on the 24th. And on May 1, I'm going to say most likely there won't be one on May 1. Last day of this month, I got to go in and have quite a bit of dental procedure done in my mouth. So I don't know exactly if I'll be feeling like doing a whole lot of talking on Saturday morning. So I don't know how that's going to play out yet. But I'm going to most likely say it probably won't be happening on May 1. There probably won't be a live show. I'm going to try to put as much time as I can into YouTube in the next couple of weeks. Get as much videos as I can done. That way it don't mess up with the upload schedule. But on May 1, I probably won't be live streaming. Just a heads up, you know, for y'all that's join me here every weekend, which I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me on the weekends. I know I have quite a few viewers that's here every weekend with me. Appreciate that. This week's video, you can see it right there behind me actually. Right back there, it's the mini ITX build for 2021. I'm putting the Ryzen 7 2700 in that build. The heatsink for the 2700 that I got when I bought it, apparently I put it in a different build and sold it or something because I can't find it. I ordered another one off of Amazon. It hasn't showed up yet. So I got two choices to do with that build. Because I want to get it done. I want to get it done for this week's upload. But I'm either going to have to put the stock cooler off of a Ryzen 5 on it, which ain't quite as beefy or as nice a cooler than what comes with the Ryzen 7s. Or I got the Hyper T4 back there. I'm kind of leaning towards the Hyper T4, because even the CPU coolers that come with the Ryzen 5 ain't really up to snuff to even deal with the Ryzen 3600, let alone the Ryzen 7 2700, which is a more powerful chip. You know, produces a lot more heat. And so if it'll fit inside that mini ITX case, I'll probably be doing the Hyper T4 on that one. I believe it will fit in that case, but I'm not too sure. But that's going to be this week's video. I will get her done. I got all day tomorrow. I don't have overtime at work next week. As far as I know, as of right now, I don't. So that should be all right. So I should have time to get that one done this week for you guys. Like I said, I will be having to use a different air cooler on it than the stock heat cooler from the Ryzen 7 2700. Actually looking for something here. I ran across a pretty cool looking cooler on, I thought it was on Amazon. It must have been on Newegg. I haven't ordered it quite yet. Where's it at? There it is. There it is. I thought this was a pretty cool looking cooler. I want to pick one up for here for the channel. But it's the AGO Shadow Max CPU cooler, air cooler, adjustable RGB CPU cooler, or Sync 5 heat pipes. It's got 5 heat pipes in it. You know, like your Hyper 212s is, your Hyper T4 is. You know, a lot of Deepcool. Deepcool makes a lot of them. You know, this little thing here has got 5 heat pipes in it. As you can tell by the base of it, right there. You got 5 heat pipes in this thing. But what makes this thing so awkward, or so cool, it's got one fan in there. There ain't a 120 or 140, I don't believe. But it pulls your air up through it. Okay, which looks pretty cool this way. You know, so if you got a build in the, say, the cooler half Evo case like I've got down there in the test bed, this will be alright. The build I'm putting together this week in the mini ITX, if it fits, in that case back there will be alright because your motherboard lays down flat. But my thing about this cooler, most builds, when you put a build together, your CPU cooler ain't standing upright like that. It's kind of laying on its side. So I'm just kind of wondering how this thing would perform in a regular stand-up system if the motherboard, you know, if the motherboard ain't laying flat and it's standing straight up on the motherboard. I think it's a little bit of a different concept. I love the look of it. I mean, you know, I like to see more companies get a little bit more intuitive or a little bit more looks compared to the regular, you know, block fin stack design with the heat pipes going up through it. I think this thing definitely looks a lot better. I think it's a lot cooler looking. But like I said, just because of the orientation of it and the way it sets up and that fan blows upwards, it kind of makes me question how it's going to keep CPUs cool. So it looks pretty good like that. As long as your motherboard's laying flat, you know, that fan is in the middle, pushing air up towards the RGBs or the ARGBs that's on it, which ain't going to be too bad. But when it's laying on the side or you got it mounted upright, it's kind of a question on how good it's going to actually do for cooling. I mean, it's only got 2 reviews on it. But that's one thing that I want to get for the channel. Planning on ordering that here soon. Probably before the end of the weekend I'll probably get an order actually. MT Coiner's in the house. Welcome in, MT. Welcome in. Thank you for stopping by, buddy. Thank you for the direct donation here, $10. Rock in, Dave. I hope you're doing well. My next build will be around the 1700X. It'll be interesting to see how it holds up these days. 1700X, probably do alright with that. Appreciate the donation, buddy. Always like seeing those. I've got some Ergo RGB fans. They work. I think Ergo and Dark Flash are the same. Yeah, they both, them are 2 companies that make a lot of the same, you know, the same kind of components on the budget end of things. But when I seen that, I think it was kind of cool looking. You know, it takes the five stand-up heat pipes like most of them do, but they put them in a circular motion. But I'm kind of curious about how it's going to actually do with getting rid of the heat because of the way that fan blows up towards that top ARGB. I'll definitely want to get one in. I may even rip it apart and see how that thing's actually put together. The 1700X, you know, you got a lot of people out there on 4 cores, 8 threads yet still gaming with them. So 2700X or 1700X, that's an 8-core chip. That should be holding up pretty good, especially if you're talking about gaming. Assuming you're talking about gaming. Even with productivity tasks, it probably holds up fairly well. Not too bad. Like I said, it is 8-core, 16-thread processor. I'm just trying to find one that's at a reasonable price that eBay ain't trying to charge you an arm and a leg for right now, unless you already got one. But I'm planning on getting one of them coolers to try out. And I'll probably have to put a build together to actually see how it holds up, or to see how it actually stacks up when it's upright in an upright case. You know, like I say, if you got a lay down case like the Cooler Master half Evo box down there, or the mini ITX build I got, because your motherboard lays flat and the cooler stands up one, I think it'll be alright. But with the way that picture shows the fan in this one, that's going to be a little bit curious to see how it's going to do. I'm kind of curious to see if the wind on it actually comes out of the sides or if it actually comes out of the top of it. But I think it's a pretty cool little design. I think it's going to be something interesting. By looking at it on YouTube here, but doing a search, it don't look like there's a whole lot of people that actually have videos out on this thing. There's a couple from overseas, but there's a couple of English channels that got them here. But you know, there ain't a whole lot of, I think it'll be pretty interesting. Like I said, I want to see how that fan works and how good the temperature actually is in it. First gen Ryzen has a bad rap. Yeah, it does. I picked one up locally for $135 with the cooler. Also managed a 5700 XT for $400. That's nice. 5700 XT for 400 bucks. You definitely got a deal. $135 for the 1700. And that's decent. That ain't bad for like you said, you know, first gen Ryzen's got a bad rep right now. But yeah, that's a pretty good deal for $135 for 8-core 16 thread, even though it's first gen Ryzen processor. I don't think you go wrong with it. And that, like I said, that 5700 XT for $400 is definitely a good deal. You definitely got a winner on that one. Actually, it makes a pretty good system putting them two together, actually. I think it'd be a pretty good combo. But by looking there at TubeBuddy here, it don't look like there's a whole lot of search volume on it as far as the name of it goes. So maybe if I switch it up a little bit and go with a budget air cooler, because it's only well, it is $40, but that's about the same price that I paid for the replacement for the 2700 cooler that I ordered. That's about $40 some. But no, I think this thing's going to do a lot better job. We'll have to see, but I thought it was interesting. So you can look forward to some content on that coming up once they get it in. And it does have the RGB to it that everybody likes. You know, like I said, that's why I built that test bench, so I could start doing some cheaper air coolers and whatnot. But yeah, so you can expect some coverage on that thing here on the channel. Like I said, it looks kind of unique to me. I don't see a whole lot of style, you know. Like I said, you know, that's like the Hyper T4, Hyper T12, 212. Pretty well the same thing. What we got? I think the 5700 XT will be given a shoved and sent to the 8th mine. And I think 1700X is going to get paired with a 588 gig to get it sold. Yeah, 1700X with the RX 580. Actually, I want to do a video on that. Once I get that mini ITX system behind me, it's actually the video code going in it. I got the XFX RX 580, 8 gig going in that build. I want to do some testing with it, see how it holds up in 2021 as far as some games go. I went with 2700. I thought it was going to be a pretty good pairing for the RX 580 that came out about the same time. And it's 8-core 16-thread chip with Zen Plus architecture. I thought it was going to be pretty good pairing together. And it gave me something different because my last few builds was with the 3600 with the 5600 XT. Plus, you know, testing the RX 580 again. Something different for the channel. So yeah, I'll have some videos put up once I get that system done, which I said, you know, hopefully this week that system build will be up on the channel. I don't know if I ever showed you guys the case I was actually using for that one or not. Which is kind of a cool case. I think I mentioned it last week. I got it pretty inexpensive here locally. To buy this thing is still about $100, which right now is out of stock. But they're usually going for about $95 or $100. I got it locally for $15. Does have a little bit of damage done to it. Like right down in this corner down in here, there's a little bit of plastic busted on it, but other than that, it's in great shape. But this is going to be the case that the build's coming up in for the mini ITX build. There ain't no side panel window to it, so I ain't going to worry about a bunch of ARGB or anything like that. Someone actually left an extra 120mm fan in the front, so mine actually comes with the 120 in the back and the 120 in the front, so I won't even have to add another fan to mine. This is a little bit older case. I think this thing came out, beginning of 2000 or 2006 or something. 2012. I ain't quite as old as case as what I thought. It came out in 2012, so, you know, there ain't no temple side glass panel or nothing like that. It does have a 5 1/4 inch bay. And if you want to put a CD burner reader writer in there or something. That's the case I want to be building in. And like I said, I'll get a good picture of it. I want to try to put that cooler in there on top. The motherboard is going to sit here. I don't know if that round cooler I'm looking at is going to fit in there or not. I think it will. Let's see here. See if it tells you how tall of a fan it'll take. Max CPU cooler height is 188mm. That other one's 141mm. So yeah, it'll fit in there. So that'll give me something else to be able to test that one on whenever I get that other one in. The RX 580 has certainly held its great chord for the grand scheme of things. Yeah, I think so too. I ran the RX 580 all the way up to the 2070 Super when I put it in my build. But the only reason I did it was for content for the channel. You know, the RX 580 still do what I need it to do. Even though I run two 4K displays now because I do video in 4K. And video encoder, I do run it when I do my live streams, which takes a lot of workload off the CPU, which is nice. But I think the RX 580 would have done just as good job for what I do with it. I probably wouldn't be able to play the games quite as well as I do while I stream them if I had stuck with the RX 580. But of course, with the CPU I run in my system, it's, you know, it'd been alright. I think it would have worked itself out because I do have a pretty beefy CPU in my system now. If you guys have noticed, the thumbnail for this week has changed a little bit. You actually don't get to see my ugly mug. You get to see a made up ugly mug of me. What am I talking about? I mentioned last week that I was going to go to Fiverr and I was going to have them get somebody or pay somebody to make a photo of me, make me a cartoon character. Well, this here is what I ended up getting for $15 on Fiverr. Over here on the left hand side over here, that's the picture I sent them. 15 bucks. Over here on the right is what they got back. They did get today's Techway in there, which I appreciated. I probably could have and I should have. I think it looked better if he had done this gradient right here instead of in purple and pink, put it in orange. But I think it turned out alright. For 15 bucks I did pay him for the job. You know, I didn't argue with him or didn't, you know, anything like that. He did do a pretty good job. And it cost me 15 bucks and a 24-hour turnaround time. I wasn't expecting a whole lot of detail within 24 hours. Like I said, this picture over here on the left is a picture I sent him. I could have had the beer bottle added into it, which I plan on doing, but he wanted extra money to add the beer bottle into it, of course. So I opted out and just stuck with the $15 limit, which ended up being about 20 bucks with fees and different stuff like that. It ended up being like $18 or some odd cents for him to create this cartoon character of me. I think he did a pretty good job, not bad. I don't know, I think to go back and pay somebody to do the beer bottle one, I think I want to go with somebody that'll put a little bit more detail into it. I mean, for $15 in 1 day turnaround, he did alright, but I'd like to see a little bit more detail on it. Maybe I'm getting picky about it and whatnot. But yeah, so I guess it turned out alright, I guess. I will be using this as on the merch, for the merch store, for my sweatshirts, t-shirts, all that happy stuff. Which I haven't put them on there yet, but I will be. And I want to try to get some variants of different stuff on the merch store. That way, you know, people that stumble across it or whatnot, they can, you know, they have a little bit of a choice, you know. So yeah, there is that. There's a link to the merch store for you guys that ain't aware of or haven't seen it. For right now, the merch store is exclusive to the people that watch the live stream, come in and join in the live stream, or watch the playback of the live stream. I haven't put no videos or nothing yet. I mean, I did get the mouse pads and the coffee cup in. I don't want to take this. The coffee cup. The coffee cup is your average, you know, 8-ounce cup. You know, there ain't nothing real special about it. Besides, it's got Dave's Techway on it. The smaller mouse pad, or just says mouse pad on the site, they go for, well, these go for $16. They are pretty thick rubber. They do have a rubber coating on the back that makes them pretty non-slip or slip resistant, which is pretty cool. MT Coiner, I'll catch you later, Dave. Today is my birthday. Happy birthday. Stay safe out there, buddy. And the farm fam has something planned for me. Gotta go investigate. Well, happy birthday to you, buddy. I'll drink one to your birthday. And I hope to see you soon. Hope to catch you next week. But these seem to be pretty good quality. The print on them, you know, of course I'll tell in time. They seem to be pretty good mouse pads. They ain't as cheap as what I was actually figuring they would be. Like I said, they're pretty thick, they're pretty cushiony. They do have the non-slip rubber on the back of them, so they ain't too bad. Now this one right here, this is a $30 double XL mouse pad. And I don't know if I can get this whole thing on screen for you or not. This thing is huge. I can't even get it all on in the front of the camera unless I put it all the way back there against the wall. This thing is huge. Let's see, they give the dimensions on this thing. It's 18 inches by 36 inches. I mean, for a lot of people's desks, this thing ain't a mouse pad. This thing is a desk pad, not a mouse pad. It ain't quite you know, it's pretty thin, but it still has the rubber backing on it, non-slip rubber backing on it. I think it's actually worth the money, I guess. You know, like I said, you know, that new design that I got, that guy made for me. I want to put some of that in the store, make that available. Because he did go ahead and put the Dave's Techway, kind of put the logo on it, or what I've got in the store now, that's included into that photo. So it's kind of cool. I also have a other idea for another cartoon character I want to design, or have designed. I want to take like a picture of my PC, and because I know how they do these cartoons and whatnot with the, and I know how to do them. It's just getting the time to do them. But I want to take like the PC and put kind of a funny face on it, and one hand have a flash drive in it, the other hand have a screwdriver, kind of have them dancing with some funny looking legs or something. Yeah, some kind of cartoon character like that. Also, I was thinking maybe doing a, because I feel that a lot of people, especially that does PC builds and whatnot on the internet, overlook a lot is the standoffs. So maybe make the standoff like kind of an icon, you know, kind of do a funny looking icon of a standoff. You know, take a picture of one, throw it in a program, cut out around it, kind of make it look like a cartoon, give it some eyes and a nose and some hands and some feet and legs. I don't know, just a little bit different. Maybe something like that. You know, I know a lot of people already did, you know, like the desk mats or the mouse pads, you know, they have different, like fans and PSUs and CPUs, and now, you know, kind of like an outline of each port on the mouse pad. I don't want to copy anybody else. I want to come up with my own designs and whatnot. Of course, if I find a decent guy to go to on Fiverr, or someone that I get really forward to, if you guys know anybody that does graphics design, you know, be interested in, you know, making a little bit of money doing them for me, you know, someone I feel comfortable with, just to run some ideas by and see what they charge me to draw them up. You know, I'm hoping to be able to find one person to be able to go to for my designs, if it's going through Fiverr or, you know, through a recommendation or something. Because I do have quite a few ideas in my head and what I expect or what I want to do for different ideas. Which they'll come in time, but that new one I just paid $15 for, it will be going up in the merch store. I will have it available on the mouse pads. I'll have it available on the coffee cup, t-shirts, sweatshirts. You know, it will be available on all of them. Like I said, that pink in the background, I wish I would have had them redo that, made that orange. But you know, it is what it is. I done paid for it. Deal's closed. But I could probably contact them back and have them change it, I guess. But that ain't that big of a deal, I don't think. But, you know, like I said, you know, with a one-day turnaround and only $15, I think he did a pretty good job. But I like to find somebody that'll do a little bit more detail on the cartoons for the merchandise and whatnot. And I'll find them. It may take me a while, it may take me a few dollars, especially if I keep going through Fiverr to find exactly what I want to find. But I'll find somebody I think will do a decent job, unless I get recommended to someone that does it for a living or something. But that's about it for the channel updates and what's going on the channel. I told you about the updates, the upcoming streams. I told you video coming up this week. You know, we got a few new subscribers this week. We didn't do too bad, I don't think. So let's see if I can get logged into Steam here, and we'll start doing some gameplay here of PC Builder Simulator. Wow, I can't even read my own writing. That's bad. Blue. Maybe. That should be it. I need a better way of keeping my passwords instead of just keeping them wrote down on a little notepad. But it works for me. It's been working for me for years, so I change it now. And we should be about the same spot that we was last time. I haven't played this any since the last stream. So we're gonna flip you guys over here and we're gonna get into some PC Builder Simulator here. There we go. You guys should be seeing that here shortly. And we will continue with the career. Even though the Q&A is over with, if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns for me, drop them over there in the chat or drop them down in the comment section below. You know, if you're watching the replay of it. But if you're live with me today, throw them over there in the chat and I'll be more than happy to answer them for you. Just because I'm playing games don't mean I want to ignore you guys. What's this one? Upgrade. Euro Truck Simulator 2. Okay, let's throw it up here and we will interact with it and we will do some cabling. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. We're going to have to install the boot driver. There we go. Going to power it on. Look at the screen. Alright. Will it run? Euro Truck Simulator 2. What's it need? It needs 2 more gigs of RAM. I wonder if I got 2 gigs of RAM laying around. Install memory. I think I got incompatible. Okay, so let's power this one off, and we will. Okay, we've already got the side panel off apparently. Let's take his RAM out, and we'll see what kind of RAM he's got. What's he got? 2 gigs of D2133. We need at least 4 gigs, right? I don't think I got used stuff. Let's go over here and order some new RAM, I guess. We'll be nice. We'll order some new RAM. That's there. Shop. We need memory. 4 gigs. Says I got one of them in the inventory. That's an 8 gig stick. Must be a used 8 gig stick. I'll give him an 8 gig stick. I don't care. 4 gig, 2 gig, 8 gig. I guess I don't think he said anything about having to be new, did he? If I don't have to be new, I ain't going to give him new. It's just that simple. Let's see our emails. Let's see here. Which one is it? My rig is running really slowly. 16 gigs of memory. If you can stretch to that, it's okay. That's so dusty. My brother has team group. So he wants 16 gigs of team group. PC can play minimum. I'm looking for some upgrades to my PC. Do you think you could get Euro Truck Simulator 2 running? I've never cleaned it out. Is that okay? I'm a total team group fanboy. But I don't say it has to be new. But he wants team group. And I believe we have team group that is used, right? Hey, look at that. We can put them all the way up to 8 gigs. Yeah, we'll install 8 gigs. What's that? There we go. There we go. Alright, powered on. Alright, there we go. There we go. We're getting her. We're getting her. We'll get her together. Minimum specs of 4 gigs. So even with 8 gigs, he got more than enough to do the recommended specs. That ain't bad. That ain't bad. I think he'd be happy with that. I would be happy with that. Remove programs. Remove it. I don't want him to have my programs. I don't want him to know my behind the scenes. I can't have him going around and taking my jobs from me because he knows how to do it. Alright. We'll power this bad boy off. And remove. Take that off. Take that off. That and that. And that. We will install this. Go ahead and install that. And put that screw in, put that screw in, and put that screw in. Alright. And we'll pack it over here, put it in the doorway. Alright, now what else do we got here? Alright, collect. Yay. You have unlocked peripheral shop. Yay, we unlocked the peripheral shop. Upgrade. 16 gigs of RAM. My rig is running really slow lately. I am hoping for 16 gigs of memory. If you can stretch it to that. Is it okay that it is so dusty? My brother has Team Group. He says they are the best. So he wants 16 gigs of Team Group. So we need to find Team Group. 8 gig sticks. Don't say exactly what speed he wants. So we'll add 2 of those. Okay. Diagnose and fix my gaming rig isn't booting anymore. I don't know what's wrong with it. Can you diagnose what's wrong with it? Oh, well, okay, the fan goes around, but it doesn't get any further than the BIOS screen. Now we have to wait for that one. What's this? My PC just isn't fast enough right now. I want to make sure my rig is fast as it can be. Can you get it to benchmark a 34 PC status? Ready to boot? Okay, I didn't see nothing else in the doorway. I've unlocked those. Okay. Last night I was at the bar and I overheard someone talking about computers. Sound like they were having some kind of technical issue, so I went over and introduced myself. We get talking and the lady says she manages some kind of esports team. Apparently a bunch of kids play video games and get paid for it. Crazy, right? Turns out, yeah, okay. Well, they say this one here replaced the hard drive. Wonder how this will come in from. A bit of crisis here. I'm supposed to be helping out article. The series is massive and some out of Circuit Denmark. So you can understand why I want to take the utmost care of this, right? The last thing I need is another MOBO of angry film fanatics filming me on a message board and leaving snarky comments in every article. As usually replied by Blu-rays to my computer so I can do more a detailed analytics of the frame imaging, but then the hard drive they were and made is loud clunk short of sound and I can't access any other files. Can you do something? I need to get the article written. All of Sonmark, nearby 20 of them are going to be very disappointed. By the way, if you can get a hold of the copy of the Sonmark, I do recommend giving it a watch. Make sure you original dash and try not to overanalyze the Genius Spider subplot. Oh, you can skip the second half of the third film because it's not technically canon. Replace the HHD, but don't say how big of an HHD. Do I have an HHD on the shelf? Memory, storage. I don't have no storage. What do you mean I don't have no storage? Don't have no storage. I need big, need to find a hard drive. Hard drive. $100 budget. What kind of hard drive can I buy for $100? We will go up as high as we can for $100. 70. I want for 90. 3 terabyte. Yep. We'll take that. Whoops. I only need 1, not 4. Thank you. Alright, I think that'll do. Buy now, 30 day. $100 for the same day. Yeah, we'll do the same day. I don't know when these computers are coming in to me. Alright. Do I have any other computers sitting around? Nope. Whoa, looky there. All my ports is in. Boy, those same day is the same day. It ain't like Amazon. Turn off the lights. Open up the door. End the day. Go to work. Well, that sounds like real life. End the day. Go to work. Got some ports in. Looks like I done ordered them ports. Ain't that something? Imagine that. Upgraded 16 gigs of RAM. Woohoo, boy, this thing's filthy. Okay, so we will, whoops. Wrong one. We need to remove. Remove. Woohoo. Looks almost as bad as mine. Did I say that out loud? I didn't say that. Come on. Get the dust. Come on. Clean the dust. You want to clean dust? Anytime now. Come on. Come on. Come on, spray can. Do what you're supposed to do. There you go. Yay, spray cans. Yay, spray cans. Woohoo, spray cans, spray them all around. Yay, okay. Now we need to remove. Need to remove. What's up with people running RAM and single channel around here? She needs 16 gigs. This is new. That one's new. That one's used. Okay, so we'll go with this one. Let's open up the fingers. And we will put them in there. Okay, then we're going to install another one of these. And we're going to even put them in dual channel here. I don't know why. But this game likes having everybody in single channel memory. And that just ain't kosher. Okay. Now let's do the cables. Put the cables in here. We will put the cables in. And we will put the cables in. Put the cables in. Put the cables in. We will fire up. Woohoo! Looks like she booted up. Let's go back here to install PC ports. We'll take this, put this on. Tighten down. Tighten down. Tighten down. Tighten down. Cabling. And we need to remove, don't we? Remove. Alright. Pick this one up. Take it over there. Woohoo! There we go. What else do we got here? What's this one? Place hard drive. We can do that. We can do that. We can replace a hard drive. A hard drive is fairly simple to replace. I don't know if I could have talked him into doing an SSD. I think he'd been happy with an SSD. This company would have paid that kind of money for a 3 terabyte SSD. Remove. Have to remove the front panel. Have to remove it. Have to remove it. Okay. Then we'll have to remove the back panel. Gotta love PCs. Gotta love building and working on PCs. Alright, let's undo the cables. There we go. There we go. And we gotta pull the sled out. Alright. Then we gotta go down here to storage. 3 terabyte. We got 2 of them. Well, you only getting 1. You ain't getting 2. That just ain't happening. Okay. And we'll do this one. And we're going to do this one. Alright. And we'll probably have to reinstall the OS. So we will take it and slap it up here. Just like so. We will power her on. Look into the OS. Dun 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 dun. Got 4 people still watching me play the game. Thank y'all for joining me. Glad y'all stopped by on this Saturday to watch me. We've already did the Q&A and all that good happy stuff. So yeah, there is that. Just kind of kicking back and relaxing right now. Taking any questions, comments, concerns, whatever in the chat over there. If you want to throw something over there. And watching me play some PC Builder Simulator. Figure right now nobody can really buy ports to build a PC, so why not build one in a video game, right? Right. At least the more, at least you can actually buy ports right now. Alright, place in delivery area. Let's and kids, don't try this at home, because I just pulled everything out with the computer on. We do not do this at home, kids. Because I do it in a video game, don't mean you do it in real life. PC diagnose and fix. I don't wanna. I hate diagnostic problems. Try turning the power on and see what happens. Often the BIOS will give you a clue to what's wrong. If nothing happens, then it could be a broken PSU. If that doesn't help, work your way through the components until you find the broken ones. Well, don't they give you a whole lot of idea? I say he tried to overclock and he messed up, and now he I need BIOS reset. Actually, I have no idea. I've never made this far in the game before. Let's see what the BIOS says. No CPU found. He don't have a CPU installed. Well, that was pretty easy to diagnose. What in the hell is lit up over there for? Remove. Well, let's first power it off. I guess that'd be the best thing to do, is to power it off before you. I want to say the CPU's bad. What kind of CPU did he have? Install CPU. What do you have? He had the 1500X. I don't have 1500X. I got the 1200. I can't do that to the man. Oh, guess I have to go buy 1500X. Alright. Let's go here to the store. Enter the shop. We need CPU. Yeah, CPU. 1500X. The belly guy. Your overclocking guides helped me a lot. Thank you. Well, you're welcome. I'm glad you got some useful information on my overclocking guides. I know a lot of YouTubers out there, you know, they just kind of tell you to turn on XMP and go. You know, I go a little bit more in depth just in case XMP don't work. And a lot of times XMP don't work unless you actually did your due diligence. You know, XMP don't always work for you. So I kind of take mine extra steps. But I'm glad you found some helpful information in the videos. Upgrade the graphics card, 16 gigs of RAM. I'm looking for someone to upgrade my PC. Please upgrade the graphics card. I want 16 gigs of RAM installed. My brother has Team Group, and in his PC, he says they are the best. My kid's been using it, and I'm getting some weird pop-ups. $900. It says it's ready to boot. Okay. 16 gigs of RAM. Okay. Finish that job up. What else we got here? Running really slow lately. I hope for 16 gigs of RAM. I think that's the one I just did. Die nice and fixed. I got the CPU in order. P status ready to boot. That one's sitting in the doorway apparently. Replace HHD. We done did that one so we can collect. Alright, what's this one? I need a new PC for a local trained enthusiast club. It don't need to be fancy, but could do with a responsible amount of RAM and storage for the weekly shows. They can get rather long. Many thanks, Rob. Let's see here. Labor, $200. Budget, $750. Spend less than $750. They want 16 gigs of RAM and 500 gigs of storage on a $750 rig, huh? Hey, I got my first job in the game is actually building a PC. Imagine that. Okay, we can accept that. This job requires you to build an entire PC from scratch. You will need to buy all the ports and an empty case from the shop. Yeah, I got that. Okay. I need something repaired. I just get this message saying disk read error. I wish I knew what was wrong. I'll worry about these ports. It's urgent, so please hurry. Replace HHD. Replace graphics card. $600 budget. $164 for labor. Wow. Okay, get it over here. Let's see what we can do. My PC just isn't fast enough right now. The ports is important. I need to benchmark at least 3861. So can you do that before 12 days? Don't try to pass off any used ports. I want all new stuff. I am totally Intel fanboy. So I'm going to say he's going to need a processor upgrade, which is going to be Intel, because he's a Intel fanboy. Dummy. But okay. Do you work on computers? I am looking for someone to upgrade my PC. Please upgrade the graphics card. I want 16 gigs of RAM installed. My brother has Team Group in his PCs and says they are the best. My kids have been using it. I'm getting some weird pop-ups. PC status, ready to boot. Okay, bits and pieces. You have just added the following ports to your range. Yay! Yay! Let's see here. Well, we're up to 6 people watching me sitting here play this game. Welcome in, guys. I'm glad y'all decided to join me. Hope you're enjoying watching some of the gameplay here. Let's see here. What else do we got? I got parts ordered for him, I think. Actually, I thought I done did that one. I done did that one. Nice and fixed. They had a bad CPU, waiting for the CPU to be delivered. I gotta wait till I get that in. which looks like I'm ready. What else do we got here? Replace HDD. I've already got the HDD in. $750. I may have ports to do that with. I gotta wait for that one to come in. Assigning a PC build to a job. For a build job, a yellow label is placed on the whiteboard in the office. I got a whiteboard? Pick up the yellow label and attach it to the workbench, then build a PC on that workbench to complete the job. On the whiteboard. On the whiteboard. This is the whiteboard? Is that what I'm supposed to be doing? That's calendar, that ain't whiteboard. Where's the whiteboard? Is this the whiteboard? Ah, there's the whiteboard. Can I open this one up? Must be level 8. Okay, so I guess I gotta take this over here, and we'll put this one over here before we can do that build, I guess. Okay. Mm-hmm. 16 gigs of RAM and 500 gigabyte hard drive and 750. I don't have nothing in the ports. Okay, so ports, let's see here, memory. $750. Jeez. $750. You're gonna want a cheaper CPU, but something decent. Let's go with that. Motherboards. We need AM4. A320. Fuck, 320 motherboards, really? Memory, we need 16 gigs. Or 2 8 gigs. 60 a piece, 60 a piece. That's something for 50 a piece. That was only 4 gigs. I need 8 gigs. 8 gigabits, because he needs 16 gigs. It's one of his main requirements. 16 gigs, boys. 60, that's 40. 24 gigs. 8 gigs for 70. 4 gigs for 50, 60, 70. We'll go with 2 of these. $470. Wow. Graphics card. Let's go with something cheap. Price. Okay, yeah, because you really don't need nothing fancy. We didn't go with an APU. Storage is 500 gigabytes, right? So we'll have to add $50 to it for that. Okay. Did he say anything about specific brands of anything? Nope, don't say nothing about any kind of brands or anything like that. What else do we need? Power supply. Something like that build. Hell, we go fairly cheap on power supply. Don't like to go too cheap. Don't want to go too cheap. Because he may want to upgrade here sooner or later. Let's see here. What graphics card we get? 1030. Yeah, hell, I think I run on a potato. Let's say I'll go with that one. $635. What's our budget? $750. $750. So we still have about $100 left. But I don't think we really need a case. $80, $40, $60. That's a mini ITX, micro ATX, STX. Yeah, that one will probably do for $60. We can probably do that one. $695. Did we get everything we needed? Processor, motherboard, 16 gigs of RAM, GeForce 1030, 500 gig SATA drive, the power supply. I think that's it. $695. What's his limit? $750 is his limit. Yeah, we can do that. That looks like a pretty good little solid build for him. Alright, we are under what he's supposed to be paying, so that should make him happy. Only spent $715 instead of $750. Anything else we got sitting in here? Oh, I thought we had a bunch of computers in here. Diagnosing fixed. We're waiting on the CPU for that one. Can't do nothing on that one. We're gonna go home, go to bed, end of the day. There we go. We will go to work. Turn on the lights, pick up all our components over here. Should be a bunch of them. Should be a bunch of them. Yeah, yes. Okay, and we're gonna go back over here. And we're gonna install the processor, which is the new 1500. Right there. We're gonna install that bad boy. Yes, we are. Okay, then we're gonna install the CPU cooler he had, which is gonna be right there. Why you let me install it? What's going on? Did I forget to click the little lever down? No, I forgot to click the little lever down. So cool. You gotta get that little lever down or the cooler ain't gonna latch. Okay, there we go. Powered bad boy up. See what she says now. Yay, missing cables. I know disconnected these. Why do I gotta fix somebody else's errors? Because I never messed with those. Hey, let's give it a good little cleaning here while we got it apart. Oh, you know what I forgot? I forgot the thermal paste. Yay, David, we forgot to put the thermal paste on. We gotta take the cooler back off. Imagine that, huh? We gotta take the thermal paste back off. There we go. Now we gotta install this. Okay, it's on there now. CPU color, that one. Yep. No. Yes. Cable it. Yes. Alright. Install. Should have side panels. We'll put the side panels over there. Okay. Whoops, wrong button. Pick it up. Put it in the doorway. That one's done. Now let's go over and see how this build's gonna go. Okay, I'm assigned to it. Select case from inventory. Okay, case. Where's case? Graphics card, power supply, cables, case fans. How the hell do you select the case? I need case. Case, storage, power supply, cable, case fans. Anybody have any ideas in chat? Anybody ever play this thing before? Apparently I don't have no cases. I bought a case. That was 60 build a PC storage cabinet. Okay. I bought a case. I picked up a case. Uh-huh. 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 Don't need that one. I need help. How do I pick a case? Come on. Pick case. Select case from inventory. How do I select a case from inventory when my inventory don't show I have a case? I know I picked up a case. So anyway, review past order. I bought that $60 case right there. I thought I bought the case. Didn't I buy a case? I thought I bought a case. Don't tell me I just spent $160 on a case for nothing. What's that? Is that my case? That's my case. That's my case. What a damn day. Remove side panel. Come on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Remove. Side panel. Side panel. Install. Storage. That's 3 terabytes. There's what I was wanting. Okay. And then while we're back here, we'll do the power supply. Power supply, power supply, power supply, power supply. Alright, now we'll go around here in front. And we will start with the motherboard. Okay, gotta do the standoffs. Don't forget the standoffs. Gotta do the standoffs. Gotta do the standoffs. Now you gotta do the screws. Gotta do the screws. Need to do the screws. There we go. We're getting her. Okay, now we need to install CPU. Whoops, CPU. What one did I pick? I think I went with this one. We'll put that one in there. Raise that. Install cooling. Oh, we didn't order a cooler. I thought it came with a stock cooler. It don't come with a stock cooler. What are we gonna do? We're gonna have to order a stock cooler. And he was wanting 16 gigs of RAM. We bought 2 of them that looked just alike, 2133 speeds. Because he didn't say he needed fast RAM. He just said he needed 16 gigs. So let's put 16 gigs in this bad boy. We'll even put him in dual channel for him just to make him happy. There we go. 16 gigs of RAM. Yeah. Alright, let's install graphics card. We went with 1030 because he wasn't needing nothing real good. So let's remove that and that. Let's see here. Hey, we only need one of them removed for that one. So we'll remove that one. Okay. Then we will put that one in. Okay. Then we'll put that brace back on there to lock him down. Okay. $685 so far. Uh-huh. Well, getting her done now, boys. Getting her done. We're getting her didded. There we go. Look at that. Now we gotta do is find the CPU cooler, right? Got the RAM, got the graphics card, the motherboard, the CPU, the storage. Yep, I gotta go find a cheap cooler. See if we got anything on the shelf. We shouldn't have, nope. CPU cooler. I figured we'd use the stock one, but apparently not. $750. I forget how much we spent on that computer. What did we spend on that one so far? $685. He had $750 budget, so we got what, $65 we can spend. Don't forget shipping. We'll be able to give him a pretty decent cooler on there. Let's go with that one. AM4. We can do that. Yeah, we do next day shipping on that one. That should finish his up nicely. Okay, what else we got in here? I guess I need to sell this one. I ended up ordering two cases for some reason. How do I sell it? Maybe I'll get another bill coming in. I don't know. Is there a collect button on one of these? Should be a collect button on one of these. Unless I done hit the collect button. Maybe that was that one. Maybe it's that one. Thanks for helping me with the hard drive before my Sonic went traded. Would you believe I'm still struggling to find a replacement copy of Babes and Planet of Both Women? DVD, who cares? I've been checking online auctions every day for months, but I can't find a genuine uninstated laser disc version. What about the landmark film is lost forever? But if I want to start my own cult classic archive, I need to give this some thought. Okay, whatever. I've got some upgrade plans in mind. I think a graphics card is needed, upgraded. I want 16 gigs of RAM installed. There's much more air coming out of the back. Could it be blocked? I've noticed it sometimes running a bit slow too. My brother has Team Group in his PC and says they are the best. Yeah, we'll accept that one. Can't believe my PC broke. My computer just keeps crashing. I'm going to need it by 2/6 of 2018, 12 days at the latest. If you can, I'd love some plastic blue cables in there. I am a total Team Group fanboy. Okay, we can do that one. What's up? Could you make some repairs? When I turn it on, the fans don't turn, and then I get an overheating error. I'm 90% sure it's the PSU. I think I might have visited one too many doggy sites. Can you get it done quickly? Alright, we'll accept that one too. Why not? Uh-oh, landlord, your rent is now due. You owe $500. Oh, I don't like paying bills. It hurts when you pay bills. It hurts when you pay bills. It hurts when you pay bills. But alright guys, I think that's gonna pretty well wrap it up for this live stream. Think I did enough. I'm a little bit hungry. Need to go get me a bite to eat. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. You know, we went through the questions, comments, concerns. Went through what's coming up on the channel, what to expect. There's actually one thing I forgot to mention. If you take Hanging Out with Dave and you put what they call it, the anonym or the synonym or whatever you call that, you know, you put just the first letters down, you actually end up with Howd. I may end up throwing a Y on the end of it, calling this show Howdy, the Howdy Tech Show. Kind of what I'm thinking about. I am country. I don't hide that, you know. So maybe we'll, maybe by next week, maybe I'll get it all set up. We'll start calling it the Howdy Tech Show or something. I started working on a thumbnail for it this morning. Haven't got it done, of course. It's just something I'm kind of kicking around, but I'm thinking. You know, a little bit more catchy. Maybe it'll bring a little bit more people in, you know. Maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong on that. But anyways, I'm going to get out of here for the day, guys. I've had enough fun. If you like this kind of content, go down and give me a thumbs up. If not, there's that thumbs down. There's also a comment section below. I go through them every weekend on my live stream here at 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time in the U.S. here on YouTube on Saturday morning. If you really like this kind of content, maybe go down and hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell where you're notified next time I put out a video or go live here on YouTube. And also, if you're interested, I'm on Instagram and Twitter. I don't kill your inbox, but I do put up photos of new stuff I have coming in, give you an idea of what's coming up on the channel or whatnot. If there's any details about my live stream, if we've got to change it or cancel it, that's where you'll also be informed of that. And with all that being said, you all have a good day, and I'll see you in the next video or live stream.